Hey, what up you guys, this is Danny B. You're watching The Trash Stash, and in this video I'm going to be doing the Faces of Horror tag, created by Plagued by Visions. I've never seen their channel. I actually found this tag video on someone I'm subscribed to his channel named MonsterBlood. So then after watching his video, I looked it up, and then I saw a couple other people doing it and stuff, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a fun thing to do. So there's 6 questions, and this actually started out as a book tag. Everyone's doing it as a book tag, but I really don't read that much, so I'm going to do it as a movie tag. So the first question is a horror story that scared or disturbed you. And I'm going to go with Dead Alive. I actually saw this when I was, I think, like 9 or 10 years old or something. And these days, it's hilarious to me. But when I first saw it, like, all the gore and stuff really kind of freaked me out. It's over the top gory. And at the time, I couldn't really determine that that was, like, cartoonish. I just thought, like, oh my god. So you got, like, you know, zombies pulling people's faces off and stuff. I was like, I think it actually did make me throw up. Hey, question number 2, a horror story that depressed you. And I actually really love a good depressing horror movie. I don't know, just something about it. But the one that actually I find the most depressing probably is one called Don't Torture a Duckling. Where it's kids being killed by someone. And just all, I don't know, there's a ton of like heartbreaking stuff. There's an old witch who has a dead kid. It's a very depressing, very sad movie. So that's Lucio Fulci's Don't Torture a Duckling. Alright, question number 3, a horror story that made you laugh. And this is one that actually did not make me laugh the first time I seen it. And I still think it's a pretty terrifying movie, but the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. These days, when I watch it, I actually see the humor that Tobe Hooper was saying he intended it to have. Just like all the crazy shit going on in it. You know, the cook saying like grandpa's a one-hitter and then them putting like the hammer in his head. Just the fact that the grandpa's even still alive is hilarious. And you know, Leatherface is running around his house. He's using it like a fucking butcher's kitchen and shit. That's something I really like about that movie, is that once you're done being afraid of it, like, it really is hilarious. I mean, you got like the hitchhiker in there talking about head cheese and trying to like take their photo and shit and burning it with gunpowder. Question number 4, a horror story that made you angry. And I'm gonna go with one called Strangers 2, Pray at Night. This movie really fucking frustrated me and pissed me off the first time I seen it. Especially the scene where the masked girl goes into their trailer, breaks into their trailer, and it's the mom and the daughter. And it's just like this skinny girl with a fucking knife. And then the mom is, what's her name? Christina Hendricks? Each one of her fucking titties outweighs the skinny girl with the mask. It's like, just fucking throw something at her. And the whole movie is just these people that could defeat these guys easily, I feel like, by throwing shit at them, fucking tackling them, I don't know, fighting back a little bit, for Christ's sake. I'm sorry to everyone who's a fan of that, but that one really does frustrate me. Question number 5, a horror story that is important to you. And I'm going to go with Candyman. Candyman takes place in Chicago, and it's a 90s movie, and I was living in Chicago in the 90s. So that kind of mixed in with my childhood, like the whole thing with Candyman. And then also they based him on a urban legend. I think they based him on an urban legend. So a couple years before Candyman came out, there was an urban legend going around among the kids named Homie the Clown. Everyone was fucking scared of Homie the Clown. They thought, like, you know, he's basically like, he's gonna show up and kill you, that kind of thing. And I don't know if they got that from Damon Wayans' Living Color character, or if Damon Wayans heard what was going on with this urban legend and took his name from that. But it's not based on Damon Wayans. It was just like, kids would go like, watch out for Homie the Clown. And then of course they based also on Bloody Mary. But then also they based that movie on a true crime story called Ruthie Mae McCoy. An article that came out called They Came Through the Mirror. And all that stuff in the movie is true about the mirrors having a tunnel through them. Not for Cabrini Greens, I don't think, but for a housing project called the Abbott Homes. So all that is really cool, and then also I just love going back and watching it because it really does look how I remember it in the 90s. And on top of all that, it's just a really good movie. Awesome music, awesome cinematography, everything, acting. So that's Candyman. Alright, and question number 6, a non-horror story that you consider horror. And I'm going to go with The Cable Guy, the Jim Carrey movie. They're kind of like, you know, parodying like the 90s thrillers and stuff, but it's actually kind of scary. Maybe it's just because it's Jim Carrey, but he really creeps me out in that movie. Especially like the scene where the guy asks him his name and he does that really creepy smile. And that's just what my worst nightmare is. People stalking me and showing up at my house all the time and shit. Yeah, he's just a complete sociopath in that movie. Even at the end, he's not even done stalking people and shit. It's pretty creepy. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it. This is the Faces of Horror tag created by Plagued by Visions. And shout out to MonsterBlood, whose channel I saw it on. This is Danny B. You're watching the Trash Dish. I hope I didn't fuck anything up by doing it with movies instead of books. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.